Your life is going to change within a second, within a flash of a moment at any time. And it will, and it has before in the past. And this is what I've come to realize, and I call it the spark. And it's a fun thing if you just think about the concept of it, is that with the spark, any moment, something's going to change in your life through a phone call, through someone you bump into, through an email, just by you sitting somewhere and observing something and coming up with an idea. That idea, that simple spark, will all of a sudden change your whole path and start to get you thinking about something that eventually you can start to develop, which in a sense turns into the fire, right? So now that you've come up with this idea, you've come up with this, it's that inspiration. And it can happen. And for me, it's happened my whole life. And any of you guys can say it's happened your whole life. Every single job that I've ever had out of the blue has been that spark, that email, that phone call, that, whoa, wow, now I'm moving to LA. Or, whoa, now this is happening. Now that's happening. Oh, hey, look. And for those of you out there who've even sold a show idea, that spark of an idea, which you started to just fuel and turn into, build that fire, and then eventually turned it into something where you maybe sold that show, created that company, again, you name it, that person you met in your life, whatever it is, it's that spark. So if that spark has happened to you and has always happened to you, why wouldn't it keep happening to you throughout the rest of the future? And the rest of your life, it will. So when you start to rely on the spark and go, you know what, I'm just going to just let things be and not worry so much about what the future has in store for you. Because when you worry, that's what I think just makes everyone crazy, is they think so much about what's in store for their future, what's going to happen, where's this going to lead, where's that job going to lead, that they're not only not experiencing what's actually happening right now and enjoying what's happening right now. It's the same thing. You go on vacation. Oftentimes the lead up to the vacation is often more exciting than the actual vacation itself, right? You go there and you're like, oh, okay, well, I was more excited before. And it's the same thing. So it's relying on that. So that spark turns into the fire, and the fire is something that you keep going, but also that fire can keep you very cozy at that moment as your idea is flourishing. But what happens to every fire? Every fire will eventually burn out. And that's what will eventually happen to you with whatever it is you're doing. You're eventually going to burn out. You're going to start to lose interest. So the important thing to maintain is to try to keep that fire, the sparks going, no matter what they are. And just knowing that that's part of the whole system here. So it's all about learning. It's all about growing. Just letting that spark be that guide, knowing that you can't predict it. It's unpredictable. Again, it could happen this afternoon to you. It could happen tomorrow morning. It could happen next week. Who knows when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen because it always does and it always has. And the best way to realize that for yourself is start to look back at your own life. Start to look back at all the journey, the events that have happened within your life, whatever they may be, that were so unexpected, that came about. And sometimes it's not always going to be good, unfortunately. You're going to have bad sparks too, things that are going to not be the right thing. But I think if you embrace those and take it as a lesson, and treat it as, what can I gain from this? What can I learn from this? Again, like fires, all fires burn out, so will those bad situations. Those bad situations aren't going to last forever either. So if that's any sort of comfort to you, knowing that, not that you're just going to sit around and go, wait for that spark. Where's the spark? You have to be active. You got to do things, and you will. It's almost like you just have to relax. And like the earth spins by itself without any force, and the trees grow by themselves without really any force. It's the same thing with you. You just let things be. Let it just happen naturally. Go about, set your goals, know what you want to achieve, move forward, and eventually those, even while you're at that moment, that spark can just boom, whoa, what was that? And that's why it's so important to write those things down too, okay? So that's my little just thing here on the Spark. My name is Steven Silver. You can follow me on silvertunes.com. That's my website, and my school that I have in Los Angeles where I teach character design and caricature figure drawing is silverdrawingacademy.com. Please feel free to hop on over to the site.